Welcome to 2020, A Class Dismissed, a video series dedicated to sharing untold stories and experiences from the spread of COVID-19, told directly by the sources themselves, Maine high school seniors of the class of 2020. Originally from Louisville, Kentucky, Veritie Howard moved with her family to Windham last year. She's a student at Windham High, as well as the nearby Portland Arts and Technology High School.
Thank you again for taking the time to do this. What classes were you taking this year before things got moved online?
Not very many. Half of my day I was at the Portland Arts and Technology High School for an art program. It's like a vocational school inside Casco Bay High School. So I was doing art there from the beginning of the school day until 11, and then I would have a trig class and then my photography class and then ceramics. And I had a free period to do the online Spanish class, but I would use that for other work as well.
If this art work was at least half your day, a large part of what you do, was it pretty upsetting to have to get pulled out of that? It seems like a unique opportunity.
Yeah, it does kind of suck to not be in there because all of my supplies were there and I forgot to take them with me because I didn't realize we were going to be out for so long. So I've been kind of stagnant in making art. We have little sketchbook assignments, but it's still hard to do those because all I really have is some pens and an assorted number of colored pencils. I mean, the good thing is though, I already applied to all of the colleges I was going to apply to art-wise, and I got accepted, so I don't have to worry about portfolio requirements anymore, but I do kind of wish I had the ability to be making things right now.
You mentioned film photography. Do you have a film camera with you?
Oh, so many. I've started collecting them. But the problem is I can't go and develop anything, and I can't make prints, which was kind of an important part of my capstone project, which is our graduation requirement. So yeah.
What's the status of that?
So my plan originally, it was going to be a whole thing. It was kind of like a Humans of New York style vignette interview along with a photo about LGBT youth in Maine, but also some of my friends from Louisville, so just LGBT youth in general, about kind of what being LGBT and what being queer means to them as an individual. And so I was going to do the prints. I was going to type hand type out, because I have a typewriter, all the interviews and then assemble them in a book and do book binding and stitch it all together, and then that was going to be my final product.
That's incredible.
But the problem is I can't do the prints right now, so it's kind of conflicting.
Since you transferred schools relatively recently, about a year ago it sounds like,
yeah.
How has it been now being pulled out of the class and the community that you had started to get to know and started to become ingrained with after moving?
It is definitely pretty lonely, just because I had already kind of been separated from the friends I had in Louisville, and now I didn't have a whole a big group of friends at Windham. I did have a couple people that I had become close with, but I had more friends in Portland because I did a lot of activities and was in groups outside of that, so I was starting to kind of get more connections there, and then everything's just been so completely cut off. And it is, I mean, we still do video chats all the time. I text my friends from Louisville all the time, and this one group I'm in, we have video calls every week, but it's still it's not the same at all.
What are some major things that you either have already missed out on because of this closure, or you're going to miss out on?
So I'm probably going to have prom postponed here, and I believe prom has been postponed / possibly canceled in Louisville, because my partner and I are long distance, and that was going to be our last prom together.
Were you going to go back?
Yeah, that's what I did last year. Is I flew back, and I did prom there with all my friends, and then I did prom here with some friends. So that's kind of been completely disrupted.
Oh man, I'm sorry.
I mean, there's not much you can really do
Yeah.
about it. It's kind of out of everyone's control.
I will give you an open floor.
Oh, okay.
Anything that you'd like to say regarding high school or an experience with friends or even a teacher that you're sad to not have contact with anymore. Anything that you want to share, you're welcome to.
I don't know. The biggest thing that just sucks about this is kind of losing like those quintessential high school experiences that like my generation was all promised. Like all of the coming of age movies from like the 80s and 90s all kind of made high school this like amazing thing, and then you walk at graduation and you go to college and it's all great. But now it's a different time now, and we're dealing with this. And it is just kind of very depressing to see the difference between like that kind of high school era and the kind of high school era I'm in now. I've been avoiding watching like all those high school movies just because I don't want to get sad about it. I do miss my photography teacher, Miss James. We kind of got really close this year because I was doing an independent study class, so I could, work on my capstone and like do all this stuff. So I have no idea if I'm even gonna like see her again, which really sucks because she was like one of my favorite teachers of all time.